Welcome back, guys. As always, my name is Kristina Day. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to see you on Spiritual Selfish channel. So here we focus on you so that you can raise your vibration and become conscious creator of your own reality. Now, guys, today's video is going to be super simple. I feel like I always say this, but my video is super simple. In any case, today's video is a quick download that I received as an image in my mind. And this is all about, have you shifted into 5D or not, right? Earth is going through people are going through massive spiritual awakenings through ascension process to 5D. And, what's the difference between 3D and 5D humans? And, does it mean, 5D humans can levitate and fly or whatever? But this video is going to be all about if you have been going through your spiritual awakening and ascension process, and suddenly you feel that people don't understand you or you don't understand them, and somehow you feel you don't fit in anywhere, you kind of feel lonely. I'll also explain why this is happening and give you a bit more prompts so that you might determine have you shifted into 5D, or if you are still more on the 3D consciousness side. And again, this video is not to judge anyone or to say that 5D is better than 3D or whatever. No, it's just to give you plain example and difference between the two. But before we jump into the video, guys, I just want to share, I'm just looking at my own reflection and in the camera, and I was so worried about recording this video because I got the sunburn like a few days ago, and on camera I think you can't see it like this, but I was also trying to find something like black or dark, not to wear the usual bright colors or light colors I wear, so that I don't look like a cooked beetroot. I am pretty cooked, like I feel and look pretty cooked, but with darker colors. I hope it's not so red. But the funniest thing is, like, look at my neck. Like, it always happens to me that my neck is so white, and even though I try to put my neck up, I don't know, does anyone have solution to this? But it is a bit hilarious. In any case, let's start with the video. Have you shifted into 5D already? The difference between 3D humans and 5D humans. And again, this is not to judge anyone, to put anyone better or worse. But I have lived all across the globe. I have experienced different cultures, different ways of thinking, different ways of being. And I experienced those ways of living and being, which you will consider more on 5D consciousness versus, I have also grew up in very dense and very three-dimensional perspective and consciousness. When I say consciousness, for me, consciousness is a way of being, way of thinking, way of your perspective. I actually do have a separate video about, what's your level of consciousness. I also share with you a quiz, what's your level of consciousness, in that video. So make sure you check it out after this video. But, I had the privilege, so to speak, to experience different dimensions. And now through going my spiritual awakening, doing tons of shadow work and, now unlocking my psychic abilities, my healing abilities, it's easier for me to discern what is 3D, what is 5D. And here I'm going to give you, my humble human opinion and the downloads that I have been receiving. But the download that I received, it was like an image, and it was very interesting that image came true as I was seeing my human body, and then there was like a split, a line that was going across my body. And here it was kind of saying the 3D and the 5D and listing all the things about the 3D and the 5D. And I want you to give up, I don't know why this example is popping in my head, but let's say, we're talking about romantic relationships. For example, you go on a dating app, on a Tinder or whatever, and you are a three-dimensional person, or you are more five-dimensional person, right? So what type of thinking will be when you look at another person, right? The three-dimensional, this side, what we're going to look at, the first things are going to be, the body, how the person, how hot they look or not hot they look, what they're wearing, what they're driving, and so on and so forth, right? So this is how we judge. Literally, we do a quick scan and we create an opinion about the person. And while the 5D, of course you're gonna look at the person initially, but the body. But the difference is the five-dimensional person is not gonna look at how big her boobs or butt is, or does he have a six-pack, you know what I mean? But the fifth-dimensional person, what are they going to look? Body language. What is the energy that their body language is, emanating? Confidence level, their self-esteem. And, once you reach that level, when you can literally read subconsciously or consciously somebody else's energy, it's very easy to see other person before they, open their mouth, just by scanning their picture. And again, if it's not, a Tinder or whatever, a dating app, and you see another person to whom you are attracted in real life, again, what mostly, we grew up, and usually what society tells us, again, to scan and evaluate other people by their looks, by their body structure, what car they're driving, how much money they're making, and good if they're then at least are interested in, what do you do actually for life? What are your passions? What's your lifestyle? What I mean? Those kind of things. So three-dimensional, relationships, three-dimensional consciousness people mainly focus only on the physical matter. The five-dimensional person, again, what I said, body language, your energy. So it's more of a soul connection relationships. Again, so this is something that you will understand when you experience it on energy level, right? You want, for example, if you connected with person, you want to understand their soul, their vision, their goals, what's their past been like. You want to hold the space for them, right? And be held by them on energy level. Right? So you want to connect with the soul, not just with the body, And then in the end, you also might look, oh, she's actually, or he is actually also cute. And by all means, I'm not saying that, the physical doesn't matter, or the physical, focusing on the physical is bad. It's just the value systems are the opposite. And of course, your human brain will scan somebody, new person. Doesn't matter your three-dimensional consciousness human or fifth-dimensional consciousness, your human brain will straight away scan somebody's body for signs, what they're all about, even if it's subconsciously, right? Where just, for example, for three-dimensional perspective, the physical, the body is all where it stops. For five-dimensional, it's not the priority, your body. They might do the subconscious scan, you know what I mean? So just to remind you guys that, our human experience is when our soul merges with our human suit, right? Our animal, right? This is just the animal, the physical matter that helps us to navigate and work in this three-dimensional reality that we are in. But your soul is so much more, and all of us have access to our soul, to this energy. So for example, imagine, a building. If you are on the third floor, you can see, the body, the mind, and what they're doing. You can see this much. But if you're higher at the building, on the fifth floor, you can see, they have, you can see their spirit, what they're about. You can see their energy. And you also can see the body, the mind, and all those things. Again, it's just a higher perspective, a more you're able to observe more. Because remember, the spirit, the soul, awareness of it, the 4D, this is where the spirit starts, in the fourth dimension. Because in the three dimension, it's all about the body and the mind. So if three dimension is about the body, is fourth dimension is already the spirit, fifth dimension is the unity consciousness. When we understand that everything, the body, the mind, the spirit, is everything interconnected, within us, and then all of us are interconnected between all of us. So you start to become connected with one another. So instead of just looking at the person and their body and make an assumption, we are looking from fifth dimensional perspective. What is their frequency? What's the energy that they are bringing forth? Right? So if you find yourself in this position that suddenly you don't understand people, or you feel misunderstood by people, not being received by people, especially, your family, old friends, and so on and so forth, most probably this is what is happening, that your level of consciousness, how you see, the perspective from which you are looking at the world is changing and is raising. So your whole thinking, seeing, feeling, and being is shifting to a lighter, higher state of being. And this is why there is this miscommunication, right? So it's not about, those people are bad and these people are good. No, it's different levels of consciousness. Remember that 3D is a lot focused, it's all about the mind, where 5D is all about the heart, the connectedness with one another. And by all means, when you feel that you have shifted to 5D, it's not that just, boom, you have shifted, now you're this loving, amazing, fifth dimensional human being who's operating from unity consciousness. Usually, especially in this, as we're going through ascension process, we go in and out from 3D, 4D, 5D, we're jumping in between. For example, in one topic, one area of life, you can be fifth dimensional, but in other area of life, you can be three dimensional and still be in a lot of fear or lack and those kind of things. And by all means, I'm not five dimensional all the time either. Most of the time, yes, I am, because it's all about, the more energy the more you raise your vibrations and the more you clear your energy, the higher your energetical set point and new level of consciousness and frequency will be. But by all means, again, I'm saying, when I'm triggered by some of my unreleased wounding, I easily can, shout out someone, get triggered, get pissed, and later I will be telling to myself, what the fuck, Kristina, why did you do that? But again, remember that it's all, up and down journey. So the question, have you shifted into 5D already? Let me know in the comments, what do you think? But basically, it is remembering that fifth dimensional humans are just operating more from their hearts, from their soul. So it's very normal that you might find yourself that you become more sensitive and in tune. This is happening so that we can open our hearts more easily and then connect with other people. Because again, if we have our hearts closed, we cannot connect with another soul. We can only, then connect from the mind. This is how most of the world is trying to operate. But this is why there's so much, anxiety and disconnection and misunderstanding in the world, because, we are thinking one thing, we're saying different thing, but our hearts, our souls are feeling completely different thing, but we're too afraid to be judged, too afraid to be vulnerable, to open up and share. So I invite you to, appreciate and embrace this sensitivity and new softness and gentleness that is wanting to come true, and open your heart to connect with other people. And here, guys, this is why it's happening that most of us who are going through this process find themselves misunderstood or lonely, is because it is important that we let go of the people who are not able yet to hold the space for us, who are not able to love and accept us the way we are. Because it's not about you, that you're not lovable, but it's just people who are not able yet to connect with their hearts and with and through their hearts to, hold the space for you, because they haven't held the space for themselves in the first place. So it's important that you I realize that you forgive them, you forgive yourself, but you keep opening your heart so that you can connect and attract new people into your reality who will be able to love, accept you the way you are. because there are many, many other beautiful souls who have gone through this process already and are looking to connect with more awakened individuals who to build a new earth, to build this new five-dimensional unity consciousness and anchor it on our planet Earth. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful to you. Please let me know in the comments what are your experiences on your spiritual awakening. Do you find yourself, kind of not fitting in, or maybe lonely at times, or, kind of this block and not being able to fully connect with other people? I would love to hear from you. But to add on top, if you are curious more about, how the Ascension is working, what exactly 5D is Earth humans are gonna look like, I do have another masterclass. It's called Shifting and Being 5D. Plus, I also do a channeled light language healing for chakra clearing to align you with fifth dimensional consciousness and frequency in that masterclass. It's pre-recorded. It's been amazing masterclass. There has been so many shifts for people who attended live, but it's only $22. You can go check it out. I'm gonna leave the link down below. Definitely, those who are ready, I know you will tune in into this fifth dimensional frequency and you will benefit from this so much. But other than that, guys, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and we'll talk in the comments. Bye!